Happy Friday! I am celebrating that we had snow with my little snow shirt on. Yes, let it snow. We had, let's see, about 2 hours of snow. That's all it snowed. But I'll pop a picture up here and show you what my Cozy Things quilt, I got Greg to come out and I took pictures of it outside. When we got out there, we kept waiting. Oh, by the way, I'm Pat Sloan, and thank you for being here on my daily video. So back to the snow. We kept waiting for enough of it to cover the grass. And then finally, the grass was covered, so we got the stuff together, and it started snowing big, fat flakes. They were just so gorgeous. It was so much fun. And so that's the picture I got when we were outside. Someone wrote me and said, do your neighbors know what you do for a living, or do they think you're just that crazy lady who goes outside and takes pictures of her laundry or her bed sheets, whatever it's like? I said, no, my neighbors all know what I do for a living. There might be one or two, like now that in the fall the trees are down, and so like if somebody's looking out their kitchen window a couple houses up on the other street, out their back, and saw me out there in the front yard, they don't know what I do for a living. But all the people just very close by, they all know. They probably still think I'm the crazy lady who goes out and takes pictures of her sheets. Oh, okay. It's Friday. We've got socialites. So let's do the socialites first because I love this block. I think it is so gorgeous. So I've got it on one of the little design boards. This is called Joy. And Joy is just such a wonderful name. Do you have a friend named Joy by any chance? I always thought, over the years, I've known a few people whose name is Joy, and I always thought, oh, what a wonderful name. It's so gorgeous. So this is actually, I didn't show this the other day, these are the 10-inch design boards. And I do have a couple of these, and I do use them sometimes. And you can see this is a 9-inch square finished, and so, which means it's 9.5. The other ½ an inch goes out here. So these 10-inch ones are actually really good for doing 6-inch blocks or smaller segments of bigger blocks. You don't want to haul around a big board. Like I said, I do with the little tiny boards. This is another size, a 10-inch, that's good for that. And I like to keep these on my little book stand so that I've got, especially when I'm making them, I use the little bigger one, which has the elephant on it right now, but I will, sit it up there so I have all the things, and they take up less room when they're up on the board like this on the book stand than laying that big board flat. So that's why I really like it for sewing. All right, so let's talk about Joy. This is kind of a two-part challenge today because one, I'd like to hear about something joyful for quilting. What part of quilting brings you the most joy? That is, for me, it's like, that's hard to think. I think a lot of you will say maybe giving a quilt away that brings you the most joy. Maybe it's, starting on a new project. Maybe it's just going and sitting in your space. That's one of the things for me that brings me a lot of joy, to come into my space where I have my things. I have all my creativity here. It's a pretty space. I like it in here, so that brings me a lot of joy. The other thing I want you to do is share, or if you don't want to share it out loud by writing it down, sharing it in the comments, share something joyful that's happened recently. Right now it's hard. Everything is hard. So we need to dig deep and find joy. There is probably something that's happened that made you feel joyful, that was joyful, a joyful experience. Maybe there's a new baby in the family, a wedding, an engagement. Maybe your neighbors cleared your driveway for you when it snowed. Somebody did a kind act, or you did a kind act for someone else. The joy is there. and we often need to sort of step back and look at it again and dig in there and find it and relive it, so that when it's hard, those are the things that will help us get through. Remember, we can do hard things. I've got my sign up there, right? There it is. We can do hard things, and we have been doing hard things for 10 months. Yes, we are rock stars. We can do it. Now, I've been working on a little project for Monday, and this is what I can show you so far. The binding. That's it. So Monday there'll be a little secret project I've been doing. Well, it's not so secret because I told you it was the button club, but you don't know, you don't know what it looks like. So that is my Morrison Park, one of the green fabrics. Speaking of Morrison Park, I have got the jelly roll quilt up there, and I've let it marinate now for another day, and I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know that I'll switch anything else around. A few of you were so kind as to tell me, oh, row 3 and row 7, I think it was, you had blocks turned the wrong way. I'm like, okay, let me go turn those correctly. So I got that done. So I think I'm going to start sewing the rows, and that will be good. So amongst other things that are going on, always something, right? Well, I want to show you a couple items. One I've had for a little bit, but I want to show it to you because it's for next year. I'd like to, I kind of, don't tell anybody, I kind of like to get a second one, because I think I'd like to do one of these. It's a panel, and one of our friends did this panel in our group, and I believe she added like star blocks around the border. I don't know that I saved a picture, and if I did, I don't remember if I saved her name. Sorry. But this is a national parks panel that really, they took all the little images that they're doing and put them all around the edges of a sort of big medallion in the middle. Yes, I will get it open. Oh no, this is the one. This is, oh, where is that other one? Well, I thought that was this one that I grabbed. This is the little, this is the state map one. Okay, well the other one I'll pop a picture. I'll pop a picture right here, and that's the one that I'd like to also do. I have a niece who is a ranger, a national park ranger, and so I'd like to do one of these for her, and I'd like to do one for Greg, but don't tell him. I'd like to do the other one. So there's the map. She collects, she's doing the pins, so I want to do this one for her with all the pins, but I might make it double-sided and put the other one on the back. I don't know if she would hang it up or not, but she could put her pins on there from all the parks. So she's, being a ranger, she's trying not to go to as many parks as she can to get them all. Okay, now I'll have to go find the other panel. I don't know where it is. How does that happen? But and on camera too. Yes, exciting. While I'm up, totally different than the national parks. I got in another needle minder from my friend Beverly of Flamingo Toes. Look how cute that is. That's a little flamingo needle minder. So it's super, super cute. I love it. I love it, love it. So those are so, oh. And I found the panel that I got as a gift, the Advent with the barn. Here we go. Here's the barn. And it has the little pockets, and then you sew them over top, like the extra pockets. But this barn, I did find some panels with one of the companies that I work with, so the link is below. So that is super cute. Super cute. I love it because it's got all the quilt stuff in the barn picture. Nice, right? All right. So I did take a look. Now I haven't done everything I want to do, but I did take a look at my, looking at my project planning and thinking, okay, how do I want to attack the bindings and the tops that I have? So I decided that I would do the bindings first, because pretty much, like a couple of you also know, reflected and thought if it was yours, The bindings are almost done. I mean, the quilts are almost done if I've got bindings. So I pretty much have 4 from 2020. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that I've didn't do from 2019 and maybe older. Let's not judge. Somebody else might be in the same boat as me. And then I will look at sending a bunch of the tops to Cindy. I believe I have, about 7 that I might send to Cindy from 2020. And that's out of, okay, so my total projects is going to be either 61 or 62 projects for the total year of 2020. That's a lot of projects. That's a lot of projects. But it's fun. Those are fun projects. I enjoyed doing every single one of them. And I did have a lot of help during a couple of the months when the wrists were broken. So I couldn't sew, couldn't do anything. But I listed everything, which is been a goal of mine for years to do that gallery where I list them and say when I worked on them. All right, so I think I'll answer one question today. Whoops. So I'll do a question today, and then on Saturday I'll do a couple more. You guys have had really awesome questions, and some of them I still want to answer, but I need to either gather some stuff up or do some sort of little demo to go with them because they would make more sense. But here's a good one. Pamela asked, do I ever make quilted ornaments or stuffed animals? No, not that often. I used to make a lot of bags. I will make table runners and placemats, that kind of a thing. But the animals, I made a really cute rabbit about 20 years ago, and he's big. She's got a dress on. She's about this big. And ornaments, I don't know that I've ever made a quilted ornament. They're cute. It's just not what I've done. So I do think though that the socialite blocks, the little 3-inch ones, which I think is that the size that Kimberly made into ornaments. The Fat Quarter Shop did this whole thing where they took a bunch of the socialite blocks done so far and they made ornaments. I just don't know if they made 6-inch or 3-inch. I'm assuming 3-inch ornaments. They were very cute. And I have one quilted ornament on my tree that was a gift from a friend years ago, and it's darling, and I hang it up on there. All right, this is UFO Friday. So your assignment today is to tell me a little bit about joy. What has been joyful lately? What kind of joy what do you find joyful in your quilting? What's your most joyful part of your quilting that you do? And what has been happening in your non-quilting life that has brought you some joy? Look deep, find something, it's there. Links are down below. Also in the first comment, I've been trying to put some of the things into the first comment and pinning that to the top so that you can find it if you can't open the drop down. Please subscribe so we can visit again soon, like tomorrow. I'm Pat Sloan. I love you. Mwah. See you online.